Hello, my name is Chance Marie Worley, and this is for Transportation Operations Logistics 229. The date is February 24th, 2023. So for this video, I chose to research the HOS, which is Hours of Service, and the Electronic Logging Device Regulations. So according to the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, a company has to have an ELD, or electronic logging device, to monitor when the engine is running, how many hours it's running, how many miles have been driven, so that you don't go over the hours of service. On their website, on the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration website, they posted about how the end of 3G networks would affect the ELDs. They stated that any ELD that requires a 3G cellular connectivity to perform its functionality will no longer be in compliance with the technical specifications in the ELD rule after the 3G network it relies on is on sunset, which on sunset means when it's no longer active. So when an area that does not support the 3G or a 3G device will register a malfunction, in accordance to 49 CFR 3395.34, the carrier has 8 days to get the malfunction resolved. In this case, by replacement, unless an extension is granted. Now, ELDs are important to keep track of when, like I said, the engine is moving, miles that are tracked, just so everything in the compliance is kept transparent. So drivers are not allowed to drive more than 11 hours without taking a break. I chose this topic because it's important not only for the drivers of those carriers, but for the vehicles that are on the highway around them. Because if the driver is tired or has been driving for too long, they might end up causing an accident. So being able to show any auditor or safety regulator, or even like a sheriff or someone who might stop them and show them that they've only been driving for, say, 6 hours. It will show that they're in compliance with the regulation, and using the electronic logging device, it also keeps everything in a nice, neat pile, so they can just open up the app that they have and show the regulatory official everything that they have. Now, also on the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration website, it also talks about the HOS, which I said was the Hours of Service Regulations. And that states that a driver has to take a 30-minute break every 8 hours. And the HOS regulations are for helping to put a cap on driving limits. They also talk about adverse driving conditions. So like if it's like a blizzard outside or a flooding area, you'll want to take that into account as well. Now, when I was researching the ELDs, I found a company that's called Motiv. They're formerly called Keep Trucking, and they sell a version of an ELD. So for them, their device costs $150, and the Pro plan for that costs $35 a month. So that initial $150 would be out of pocket, obviously, and the $35 a month would be a monthly bill. Now, say you had 10 trucks, that'd be $3,500 a month that you would have to pay in for that. So obviously it is cost It is costly, but it is less money to have those installed than the fines and or lawsuits you could get, not only from the government, but from any accidents that might happen because you're not within regulations. So those are the ones that I chose. When I was researching this, I was very surprised that truckers can drive 8 hours without a break. I know for me personally, when I'm driving, I normally have to take a break after a few hours, just so I'm not, you know, getting tired or my attention doesn't get drawn away somewhere else. So it's very weird to see that they could drive that long. But I was very impressed that there's so many regulations that are going into that to not only keep the driver safe, but everybody else on the road. So they, you know, they want to monitor whether the driver's had any, you know, alcohol. And I even saw on their website that if there was a crash that happened, drivers are not allowed to get any alcohol, drink any alcohol until the, you know, a post-accident test has been performed or 8 hours has passed. So it's nice that they take the safety very seriously. So I also didn't know exactly what an ELD would be when I was researching this. I thought maybe it was just going to be like an app on like a phone or something, but it turns out it is actually something that's hardwired into the engine, so we can keep track. I guess kind of like what a lot of cars have nowadays, where it has like the touch screen, so you know it can tell you if something's wrong in the engine or anything like that. So that's nice that it's right there at the driver's fingertips. So if there's something wrong, they can figure that out. And that's all I have for that. Thank you for watching my video, and bye.